One of the most disturbing things that we are witnessing in our culture today, that we're witnessing before our very eyes, is the normalization of evil. What is evil? Evil is defined as profoundly immoral. The definition itself holds the reason for the escalating evil in our world. Though it may not be obvious at first, it all hinges on the word immoral. The word immoral presents an intricate problem for our culture. Morality is almost never mentioned. I cannot recall the last time I heard the mainstream media describe something as immoral. Every type of perversion and depravity has become someone's personal preference and right. When we pretend that there is no such thing as right and wrong, good and bad, this will inevitably lead to the proliferation of evil. And it has. When immorality becomes your morality, you are profoundly lost. And immorality has become the morality of an alarming number of the most influential people in our society. Our daily consumption of media and entertainment that relentlessly celebrates immorality as personal preference and depravity as a personal right has desensitized us to the reality and effects of evil. The normalization of every immoral act on television continuously interferes with our moral compass. We can no longer discern true north. How is this normalization of staggeringly grotesque and immoral acts accomplished? Gradually, and by repetition. Track the history of depicting violence, drug use, murder, nudity, and graphic sexual assault in entertainment. With these two themes in mind, and it is easy to see how we ended up here. It happened gradually and with relentless repetition. It is the story of the frog in the boiling water. Only we are the frog. This is how we become desensitized to evil. It should be no surprise that we now have generations of morally ambivalent people living value-free lives. This is how every form of evil is permitted to thrive in society. Poverty, oppression, destruction, violence, discrimination, corruption, and slavery, to name but a few. The evil you normalize will occur ever increasingly in society. Every age has new storytellers, but one truth endures. We become the stories we read, the stories we hear, and the stories we watch. Today's storytellers appear to be committed to the normalization of evil and, by extension, the annihilation of human dignity. Not the dignity of some anonymous people, but the annihilation of your dignity, of my dignity, and the dignity of our spouses, friends, children, grandchildren, colleagues, and neighbors. Evil, we like to think of it as something that's out there. But evil is much closer than we suspect.